I'm sure by now many of you have already heard about what I'm about to talk about, and that is the incident that occurred on a plane with Mike Tyson and this PC instigator. I actually learned about this when I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw Lovely T had posted up the clip on her page, and I said, that's what he gets. The person who did this, the one who instigated this whole thing, that's exactly what he gets. So basically what happened was, you had this PC man who is this guy right here. That's the back of his head, and that's Mike Tyson right there. He was on a plane. He was sitting behind Mike Tyson. Now, apparently, I think they said Mike Tyson was flying on JetBlue. Some people were questioning, why was he flying on JetBlue? Listen, I don't know. Mike Tyson can do what he wants with his money. It is what it is. You'll be surprised by how many high-profile celebrities still fly commercial flights. So he was sitting there minding his business, and this PC guy, I think, took off his shoe so Mike Tyson could sign it. Now, sources say that this guy was inebriated, like he was drunk. I'm like, how are you drunk and you just got on the plane? I don't know. It is what it is, especially since they be serving alcohol on the plane in limited supply anyway. But he was being recorded by this one guy, and the person that was recording it, I wondered if they were in on it, because they were like egging on this PC man to, antagonize Mike Tyson and annoy him. So he just he's just being an annoying prick at this point. Like, he's just annoying. And Mike Tyson is like, look, I'm just trying to get to my destination. I'm trying to mind my business. You need to calm yourself down and mind yours. Now, mind you, this is a whole grown man acting like a child, trying to get an autograph from another grown man. So then it leads into the escalation to the physical. It goes from verbal to now physical, because the guy is like in Mike Tyson's space, and then he starts pointing at him and everything like that. And then Mike Tyson turns around in his seat, which you see right here, and then he starts going in on the guy, hits him a couple of times. Then the guy does have some cuts to his face. As a matter of fact, let me pause it right quick and you'll be able to see it. Look at him, looking like a deer caught in the headlights. So you can see right here on the side where he got hit a couple of times by Mike Tyson. And my thing is this: why would you get on a plane to antagonize anyone? Especially Mike Tyson, of all people. Let's keep in mind, this man is a world-renowned boxing champ. He has knocked out people that are heavier than you. One pluck to the head and you would probably collapse. And on top of that, this man bit off the piece of an ear to another man in the middle of a fight. That's not someone that you want to try to square up on. But I truly believe he did this for attention. He did it for clout, and he probably is feeling like he might get a payday out of this. Like, if you look at the video, and I'll leave the link to the video down below. By the time, like I said, this video goes up, you've already seen it. The way that he was going at him, it was so childish. Like, this is a grown adult. I don't know how old this man is, but he's definitely over the age of 21 and was acting the way that he was. And he was trying to get Mike Tyson to attack him so he could say that he was being assaulted and all those other things. But the thing is, with this video right here, it's going to clearly show that he was the one antagonizing Mike Tyson the entire time. Mike was sitting there minding his business, and this guy was trying to get an autograph on a shoe or whatever that was in his hand. Like, sit in your seat so we can fly off and get to where we need to be. This is one of the worst things that I hope never, and I'm speaking prematurely, that I hope never happens when I'm on a plane, is these kinds of encounters. Because, we've heard them horror stories with people on the plane and, the mask and all the type of things like that. This is another thing I hope that have to not run into, because this can delay a flight. This can derail a flight if it's in midair. And that's one thing that I hope, doesn't happen. I'm knocking on wood right now. Hope I'm not jinxing myself, because I am, of course, many of y'all know I'm going to be heading out west in less than a week. Of course, by the time, with me recording this video, I don't know if it's going to go up after I'm already gone or if it's going to be before I leave. But these people are crazy. These are some psychos out here. And like I said, I have a feeling he was doing this so he could get attention. And when Mike Tyson turned around and started going in on him, then that's when the guy wanted to try to get all, not so much defensive, but be on the offense. Because In another shot, the guy is looking at the person recording it, and he's giving him the thumbs up and smiling and everything. Like it's just that, it's horrible. It's that bad. And Mike Tyson, he had to handle business, and he did exactly what he felt he had to do. You don't invade people's space like that. Mind your business. Act like an adult, like this is act your age and not your shoe size, and calm down. If he didn't want to be bothered, leave him alone. Be proud that you're even sitting in his vicinity. If he wanted to say, I'm near Mike Tyson, he could have just stood up, took a selfie, and said, look, I'm next to Mike Tyson, and said, look, this is Mike Tyson's head. But to do all that extra stuff that he did, no. And the thing is, Mike Tyson probably would have, I don't know, gave him an autograph or maybe took a selfie with him, but the guy was just being weird. He was doing too much. He was being a whole extracurricular activity. And the thing is, that's the thing about a lot of people when it comes to celebrities. A lot of them do not know how to act. For me, I don't get starstruck like that. I told people the only person I would have got starstruck for, unfortunately, passed away on June 25th, 2009. And so y'all already know who I'm talking about. That's the only person I would have completely lost my shit over. But other than that, act like you. I can act like I got some sense, because at the end of the day, they are human beings just like me, just like you, just like us. They just happen to be held in high regards because of their craft, whether it's singing, acting, sports, or anything pertaining to entertainment. But this guy was doing entirely too much, and he got exactly what he deserved. So now every time he looks at his little scar right there, that's a reminder to keep calm, mind your business, chill the F out, and just be cool. Act like a normal person. And I bet you he probably isn't even the biggest Mike Tyson fan. It's just the fact that Mike Tyson was there that he wanted to do all this stuff. Because I almost want to believe if it was anyone else sitting there, he probably would have acted the same way. That's just my take on it. Well, here we are the next day after I recorded the initial commentary for this video, when some information has come out about this individual who started the antagonizing attack on Mike Tyson that, of course, that he finished. And we find out not only this person's name, but we now know that he has an extensive criminal record. I don't know why people try to get into it with other people knowing they have a criminal record, that if they wanted to keep a low profile, this was not the way to go about it. At least if you have a clean record before you try to do something like this where people can dig stuff up about you. But the man's name is Melvin Townsend III. And according to some sources, he's been convicted of fraud, grand theft, burglary, possession of controlled substances, and trafficking stolen property. He's 36 years old. His criminal past begins around the 2018 period when he broke into property and stole a trailer in his that he attached to his pickup truck. The drug possession that he had was oxycodone, and it said he served time twice, one for 20 months and another for 15. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else here about it. They just meant then it goes on to talk about what led to the incident on the plane with him and Mike Tyson. It said that he threw a water bottle at him. Then he said some things too. If you go back and you actually look at some of the clips and everything, you can hear some of the stuff that he was saying, like he was calling him peasants and everything like that. But yeah, this guy has a record himself, so he's no innocent person at all, and that's probably not going to help his case either, because people are saying, well, he's probably going to try to get some money now. I really don't think he's going to get much of anything out of this. If, in my opinion, he dug a hole even more deeper for himself, but that's just me.